One spirit to command, they all do hate him. As rootedly as I burn but his books. He has brave utensils, for so he calls them, which when he has a house, he 100 deck withal. And that most deeply to consider is the beauty of his daughter. He himself calls her a nonpareil. I never saw a woman, but only Sycorax my dam, and she. But she as far surpasseth Sycorax, as great Ste does least. Aficionado. Is it so brave, alas? Chapter 100, Caliban. Ay, Lord, she will become thy bed, I warrant, and bring thee forth, brave brood. Aficionado. Monster, I will kill this man, his daughter and I will be king and queen, save our graces, and Trinculo and thyself shall be viceroys. Dost thou like the plot, Trinculo? Trinculo. Excellent. Aficionado. Give me thy hand, I am sorry I beat thee, but while thou 54th, keep a good tongue in thy head. Chapter 100, Caliban. Within this half hour will he be asleep. Wilt thou destroy him then? Aficionado. I on mine honours. Ariel. This will I tell my master. Chapter 100, Caliban. Thou mak'st me merry, I am full of pleasure. Let us be jocund, will you troll the catch? You taught me but while, earth. Aficionado. At thy request, monster, I will do reason, any reason. Come on, Trinculo, let us sing. Flautum and cautum, and scoutum and flautum. Thought is free. Chapter 100, Caliban. That's not the tune. Ariel plays the tune on a tabor and pipe. Aficionado. What is this same? Trinculo. This is the tune of our catch, played by the picture of nobody. Aficionado. If thou be'st a man, show thyself in thy likeness. If thou be'st a devil, take tea as thou list. Trinculo. Oh, forgive me my sins. Aficionado. He that dies pays all debts. I defy thee, mercy upon us. Chapter 100, Caliban. Art thou afeard? Aficionado. No, monster, not I. Chapter 100, Caliban. Be not afeard, the isle is full of noises, sounds and sweet airs that give delight and hurt not. Sometimes 1,000 twangling instruments will hum about mine ears, and sometimes voices that, if I then had whack 500 after long sleep, will make me sleep again, and then, in dreaming, the clouds methought would open and show riches, ready to drop upon me, that, when I whack 500, I cried to dream again. Aficionado. This will prove a brave kingdom to me, where I shall have my music for nothing. Chapter 100, Caliban. When Prospero is destroyed. Aficionado. That shall be by and by, I remember the story. Trinculo. The sound is going away, let's follow it, and after do our work. Aficionado. Laid monster, we 100 follow, I would I could see this tabora, he lays it on. Wilt come? Trinculo. Chapter 1, 100 follow Stefano. Scene 3, another part of the island. Enter Alonso, Sebastian, Antonio, Gonzalo, Adrian, Francisco, and C. Gonzalo. By our lackin, I can go no further, sir. My old bones ache, here's a maze trod, indeed. through forthrights and meanders, by your patience. I needs must rest me. Alonso. Old Lord, I cannot blame thee, who am myself attach 500 with weariness. To dulling of my spirits, sit down and rest. Even here I will put off my hope, and keep it. No longer for my flatterer, he is drowned 500. Whom thus we stray to find, and the sea marks our frustrate search on land, well, let him go. Antonio. Aside to Sebastian, I am right glad that he's so out of hope. Do not for one repulse forego the purpose that you resolve 500 to effect. Sebastian. Aside to Antonio, the next advantage will we take thoroughly. Antonio. Aside to Sebastian, let it be tonight. For now they are oppressed 500 with travel, they will not nor cannot use such vigilance as when they are fresh. Sebastian. Aside to Antonio, I say tonight no more. Solemn and strange music, and Prospero above, invisible, enter several strange shapes, bringing in a banquet. They dance about it with gentle actions of salutation, and inviting the king and sea to eat, they depart. Alonso. What harmony is this, my good friends, hark. Gonzalo. Marvelous sweet music. Alonso. Give us kind keepers, heavens, what were these? Sebastian. A living drollery, now I will believe that there are unicorns, that in Arabia there is one tree, the phoenix throne, one phoenix at this hour reigning there. Antonio. Chapter 1, 100 believe both. And what does else want credit, come to me. And I 100 be sworn 'tis true, travelers near 999 lie. Though fools at home condemn them. Gonzalo. If in Naples I should report this now, would they believe me? If I should say I saw such islanders? For certes, these are people of the island, who though they are of monstrous shape, yet note their manners are more gentle, kind, than of our human generation, you shall find many, nay, almost any. Prospero. Honest Lord, thou hast said well, for some of you there present are worse than devils. Alonso. I cannot too much muse. Such shapes, such gesture, and such sound, expressing, although they want the use of tongue, a kind of excellent dumb discourse. Prospero. Praise in departing. Francisco. They vanish 500 strangely. Sebastian. No matter since they have left their viands behind, for we have stomachs. Wilt please you taste of what is here? Alonso. Not I. Gonzalo. Faith, sir, you need not fear. When we were boys, who would believe that there were mountaineers? Dulap 500 like bulls, whose throats had hanging at 'em wallets of flesh, or that there were such men whose heads stood in their breasts, which now we find. Each putter out of 5, for one will bring us good warrant of. Alonso. I will stand too, and feed. Although my last, no matter, since I feel the best is past, brother, my lord the Duke. Stand to, and do as we. Thunder and lightning. Enter Ariel like a harpy, claps his wings upon the table, and with a quaint device, the banquet vanishes. Ariel, you are three men of sin, whom destiny, that hath to instrument this lower world. And what is in't, the never surfeited sea, hath caused to belch up you, and on this island, where man doth not inhabit, you mongst men, being most unfit to live, I have made you mad. And even with such like valor men hang and drown their proper selves, seeing Alonso, Sebastian, and C draw their swords. You fools, I and my fellows, are ministers of fate, the elements, of whom your swords are temper 500, may as well wound the loud winds, or with Bemach 500 at stabs, kill the still closing waters, as diminish one dowel that's in my plume. My fellow ministers are like invulnerable, if you could hurt. Your swords are now too massy for your strengths, and will not be uplifted, but remember, for that's my business to you, that you three from Milan 999 supplant good Prospero, expose 500 unto the sea, which hath requited him and his innocent child, for which foul deed the powers, delaying not forgetting, have ins 500 the seas and shores, yea, all the creatures, against your peace, thee of thy son Alonso, they have bereft, and do pronounce by me lingering perdition, worse than any death can be at once, shall step by step attend you and your ways, whose wraths to guard you from, which here in this most desolate isle else falls upon your heads, is nothing but heart sorrow, and a clear life ensuing. He vanishes in thunder, then to soft music enter the shapes again, and dance with mocks and mows, and carry out the table. Prospero, bravely the figure of this harpy hast thou perform 500, my Ariel, a grace it had devouring. Of my instruction hast thou nothing bated. In what thou hadst to say, so with good life and observations strange, my meaner ministers, their several kinds have done my high charms work, and these mine enemies are all knit up. In their distractions they now are in my power, and in these fits I leave them, while I visit young Ferdinand, whom they suppose is drowned 500, and his and mine love 500 darling. Gonzalo. Chapter 1. The name of something holy, sir, why stand you in this strange stare? Alonso. Oh, it is monstrous, monstrous. Methought the billows spoke, and told me of it. The winds 999 sing it to me, and the thunder, that deep and dreadful organ pipe, pronounce 500. The name of Prosper, it 999 bass my trespass. Therefore my son ith ooze is bedded, and Chapter 1. 100 seek him deeper than air plummet sounded, and with him there lie mudded. Sebastin. But one fiend at a time. Chapter 1. 100 fight their legions o'er. Antonio. Chapter 1. 100 be thy second. Exeunt Sebastian and Antonio. Gonzalo. All three of them are desperate, their great guilt, like poison, given to work a great time after. Now gins to bite the spirits, I do beseech you, that are of suppler joints, follow them swiftly, and hinder them from what this ecstasy may now provoke them to. Adrian. Follow, I pray you. Act 4. Scene 1, before Prospero's cell. Enter Prospero, Ferdinand, and Miranda. Prospero. If I have to austerely punish 500 you, your compensation makes amends, for I have given you here a third of mine own life, or that for which I live, who once again I tender to thy hand all thy vexations, were but my trials of thy love, and thou hast strangely stood the test, here afore heaven. I ratify this my rich gift, O Ferdinand. Do not smile at me that I boast her off, for thou shalt find she will outstrip all praise, and make it halt behind her. Ferdinand, I do believe it. Against an oracle. Prospero, then as my gift and thine own acquisition, worthily purchase 500, take my daughter, but if thou dost break her virgin not before, all sanctimonious ceremonies may, with full and holy rite, be minister 500. No sweet aspersion shall the heavens let fall, to make this contract grow, but barren hate. Sour 500 disdain, and discord shall bestrew the union of your bed with weeds so loathly, that you shall hate it both, therefore take heed, as Hymen's lamps shall light you. Ferdinand, as I hope, for quiet days, fair issue, and long life, with such love as tease now the murkiest den, the most opportune place, the strong's suggestion, our worser genius shall never melt mine honor into lust, to take away the edge of that day's celebration, when I shall think, or Phoebus, steeds our founder 500, or night kept chain 500 below. Prospero fairly spoke. Sit then and talk with her, she is thine own. What Ariel, my industrious servant Ariel? Enter Ariel. Ariel. What would my potent master, here I am. Prospero. Thou and thy meaner, fellows your last service. 999 worthily perform, and I must use you. In such another trick, go bring the rabble, o'er whom I give thee power, here to this place. Incite them to quick motion, for I must bestow upon the eyes of this young couple some vanity of mine art, it is my promise, and they expect it from me. Ariel. Presently. Prospero. I with a twink. Ariel. Before you can say come and go, and breathe twice and cry so, each one tripping on his toe, will be here with mop and mow. Do you love me, master? No. Prospero. Dearly, my delicate Ariel, do not approach till thou dost hear me call. Ariel. Well, I conceive. Prospero. Look thou be true, do not give dalliance. Too much the rain, the strongest oaths are straw. To fire I the blood, be more abstemious. Or else good night your vow. Ferdinand. I warrant you, sir. The white cold virgin snow upon my heart abates the ardor of my liver. Prospero. Well. Now come, my Ariel, bring a corollary. Rather than want a spirit, appear and pertly. No tongue, all eyes, be silent. A mask, enter Iris. Chapter 1, Ris. Ceres' most bounteous lady, thy rich lays of wheat, rye, barley, vetches, oats, and peas. Thy turfy mountains, where live nibbling sheep, and flat meads thatch 500 with stover, them to keep. Thy banks with pioned and twilled brims, which spongy April at thy hest betrims, to make cold nymphs chaste crowns, and thy broom groves, whose shadow the dismissed bachelor loves, being lastlorn, thy pole-clipped vineyard, and thy sea marge, sterile and rocky hard, where thou thyself dost air, the queen oth sky, whose watery arch and messenger am I, bids thee lave these, and with her sovereign grace, here on this grass plot, in this very place, to come and sport, her peacocks fly amming. Approach rich Ceres, her to entertain. Enter Ceres. Chapter 100, Ers. Hail many color 500 messenger, that ne'er dost disobey the wife of Jupiter, who with thy saffron wings upon my flowers diffusest honey drops, refreshing showers, and with each end of thy blue bow dost crown my bosky acres and my unshrub 500 down. Rich scarf to my proud earth, why hath thy queen summoned 500 me hither to this short grass 500 green? Chapter 1, Ris. A contract of true love to celebrate, and some donation freely to a state. On the blessed lovers. Chapter 100, Ers. Tell me, heavenly beau, if Venus or her son, as thou dost know, do now attend the queen, since they 999 plot the means that dusky dis my daughter got, her and her blind boy's scandal 500 company I have forsworn. Chapter 1, Ris. Of her society. Be not afraid, I met her deity, cutting the clouds towards Paphos and her son. Dove drawn with her, here thought they to have done some wanton charm upon this man and maid, whose vows are that no bedrite shall be paid, till Hymen's torch be lighted, but in vain. Mars's hot minion is returned 500 again. Her waspish-headed son has broke his arrows, swears he will shoot no more, but play with sparrows, and be a boy right out. Chapter 100, Ers. Highest queen of state. Great Juno comes, I know her by her gait. Enter Juno. Juno. How does my bounteous sister go with me, to bless this twain, that they may prosperous be, and honor 500 in their issue? Juno. Honor, riches, marriage blessing, long continuance and increasing, hourly joys be still upon you. Juno sings her blessings on you. Chapter 100, Ers. Earth's increase, foison plenty, barns and garners never empty, vines with clustering bunches growing, plants with goodly burden bowing. Spring come to you at the farthest, in the very end of harvest. Scarcity and want shall shun you. Ceres' blessing so is on you. Ferdinand. This is a most majestic vision, and harmonious charmingly, may I be bold to think these spirits. Prospero. Spirits which by mine art I have from their confines call 500 to enact my present fancies. Ferdinand. Let me live here ever. So rare a wonder 500 father and a wise makes this place paradise. Juno and Ceres whisper and send Iris on employment. Prospero. Sweet now silence. Juno and Ceres whisper seriously. There's something else to do, hush and be mute, or else our spell is marred. Chapter 1, Ris. You nymphs call 500 naiads of the winding brooks, with your sedge 500 crowns and ever harmless looks. Leave your crisp channels, and on this green land. Answer your summons, Juno does command. Come, temperate nymphs, and help to celebrate. A contract of true love, be not too late. Enter certain nymphs. You sun-burn 500 cyclamen, of August weary. Come hither from the furrow, and be merry. Make holiday, your rice-straw hats put on. And these fresh nymphs encounter every one. In country footing. Enter certain reapers, properly habited. They join with the nymphs in a graceful dance, towards the end whereof Prospero starts suddenly and speaks, after which, to a strange, hollow, and confused noise, they heavily vanish. Prospero. I had forgot that foul conspiracy of the beast Caliban and his confederates. Against my life, the minute of their plot is almost come. Well done, avoid no more. Ferdinand. This is strange, your father's in some passion. That works him strongly. Chapter 1001, Randa. Never till this day saw I him touch 500, with anger so distempered. Prospero. You do look, my son, in a mauve 500 sort. As if you were dismay 500, be cheerful, sir. Our revels now are ended, these are actors. As I foretold you, were all spirits and are melted into air, into thin air. And like the baseless fabric of this vision, the cloud-cap 500 towers, the gorgeous palaces, the solemn temples, the great globe itself, yea, all which it inherit, shall dissolve, and like this insubstantial pageant faded. Leave not a rack behind, we are such stuff as dreams are made on, and our little life is rounded with a sleep. Sir, I am vex 500. Bear with my weakness, my old brain is troubled. Be not disturbed 500 with my infirmity. If you be pleased 500, retire into my cell. And there repose, a turn or two I 100 walk. To still my beating mind. Ferdinand, Miranda. We wish your peace. Prospero. Come with a thought, I thank thee, Ariel, come. Enter Ariel. Ariel. Thy thoughts I cleave to, what's thy pleasure? Prospero. Spirit. We must prepare to meet with Caliban. Ariel. I, my commander, when I presented Ceres. I thought to have told thee of it, but I fear 500. Lest I might anger thee. Prospero. Say again, where didst thou leave these varlets? Ariel. I told you, sir, they were red-hot with drinking, so full of valor that they smote the air. For breathing in their faces, beat the ground. For kissing of their feet, yet always bending towards their project, then I beat my tabor. At which, like unback 500 colts, they prick 500 their ears. Advank 500 their eyelids, lifted up their noses. As they smelt music, so I charm 500 their ears. That calf-like, they my lowing follow, 500 through. Tooth 500 briars, sharp furzes, pricking goss and thorns, which enter 500 their frail shins, at last I left them. Chapter 1, filthy mantled pool beyond your cell. They're dancing up to chins, that the foul lake o'erstunk their feet. Prospero. This was well done, my bird. Thy shape invisible retain thou still. The trumpery in my house, go bring it hither. For stale to catch these thieves. Ariel. I go, I go. Prospero. A devil, a born devil, on whose nature nurture can never stick, on whom my pains, humanely taken, all lost, quite lost. And as with age, his body uglier grows, so his mind cankers, I will plague them all, even to roaring. Re-enter Ariel, loaden with glistering apparel, and see. Come, hang them on this line. Prospero and Ariel remain invisible. Enter Caliban, Stefano, and Trinculo, all wet. Chapter 100, Caliban. Pray you tread softly, that the blind mole may not hear a footfall, we now are near his cell. Estili piano. Monster, your fairy, which you say is a harmless fairy, has done little better than played the jack with us. Trinculo. Monster, I do smell all horsepiss, at which my nose is in great indignation. Estili piano. So is mine, do you hear, monster? If I should take a displeasure against you, look you. Trinculo. Thou wert but a lost monster. Chapter 100, Caliban. Good my lord, give me thy favor still. Be patient, for the prize I bring thee to shall hoodwink this mischance, therefore speak softly. All's hush 500, as midnight yet. Trinculo. Aye, but to lose our bottles in the pool. Estili piano. There is not only disgrace and dishonor in that, monster, but an infinite loss. Trinculo. That's more to me than my wedding, yet this is your harmless fairy, monster. Estili piano. I will fetch off my bottle, though I be o'er ears for my labor. Chapter 100, Caliban. Prithee, my king, be quiet, seest thou here? This is the mouth, O th cell, no noise and enter. Do that good mischief, which may make this island thine own for ever, and I thy Caliban. For I thy foot liquor. Estili piano. Give me thy hand, I do begin to have bloody thoughts. Trinculo. O King Stefano, O peer, O worthy Stefano. Look what a wardrobe here is for thee. Chapter 100, Caliban. Let it alone, thou fool, it is but trash. Trinculo. O ho, monster, we know what belongs to a frippery, O King Stefano. Estili piano. Put off that gown, Trinculo, by this hand, I 100 have that gown. Trinculo. Thy grace shall have it. Chapter 100, Caliban. The dropsy drown this fool, what do you mean? To dote thus on such luggage, let alone. And do the murder first, if he awake. From toe to crown, he 100 fill our skins with pinches. Make a strange stuff. Estili piano. Be you quiet, monster. Mistress line, is not this my jerkin? Now is the jerkin under the line. Now, jerkin, you are like to lose your hair and prove a bald jerkin. Trinculo. Do, we steal by line and level, ant like your grace. Estili piano. I thank thee for that jest. Here's a garment for tea, which shall not go unrewarded while I am king of this country. Steal by line and level is an excellent pass of pate. There's another garment for tea. Trinculo. Monster, come, put some lime upon your fingers, and away with the rest. Chapter 100, Caliban. I will have none on't, we shall lose our time. And all be turned 500 to barnacles, or to apes. With foreheads villainous low. Estili piano. Monster, lay to your fingers, help to bear this away where my hogshead of wine is, or I 100 turn you out of my kingdom. Go to, carry this. Trinculo. And this, estilipiano. I and this. A noise of hunters heard. Enter divers spirits in shape of dogs and hounds and hunt them about, Prospero and Ariel setting them on. Prospero. Hey, mountain, hey. Ariel. Silver, there it goes, silver. Prospero. Fury, fury, their tyrant there, hark, hark. Caliban, Stefano, and Trinculo are driven out. Go charge my goblins that they grind their joints. With dry convulsions, shorten up their sinews. With aged cramps, and more pinch-spotted make them. Then pard, or cat o' mountain. Ariel. Hark, they roar. Prospero. Let them be hunted soundly, at this hour. Lies at my mercy, all mine enemies. Shortly shall all my labors end, and thou shalt have the air at freedom, for a little. Follow and do me service. Act 5. Scene 1, before the cell of Prospero. Enter Prospero in his magic robes, and Ariel. Prospero. Now does my project gather to a head. My charms crack not, my spirits obey, and time goes upright with his carriage. How's the day? Ariel. On the 6th hour, at which time, my lord? You said our work should cease. Prospero. I 999 say so. When first I rise 500 the Tempest, say my spirit. How fares the king and's followers? Ariel. Confine 500 together. In the same fashion as you gave in charge. Just as you left them, all prisoners, sir. In the line grove which weather fends your cell. They cannot budge till your release, the king. His brother and yours abide all three distracted. And the remainder mourning over them. Brimful of sorrow and dismay, but chiefly. Him you term 500, sir, the good old Lord Gonzalo. His tears run down his beard like winter's drops. From eaves of reeds, your charm so strongly works 'em, that if you now beheld them, your affections would become tender. Prospero. Dost thou think so, spirit? Ariel. Mine would, sir, were I human. Prospero. And mine shall. Hast thou which art but air, a touch, a feeling of their afflictions, and shall not myself, one of their kind, that relish all as sharply, passion as they, be kindlier, mauve 500 than thou art. Though with their high wrongs I am struck to th, quick, yet with my nobler reason, gainst my fury, do I take part, the rarer action is. In virtue than in vengeance, they being penitent. The sole drift of my purpose doth extend. Not a frown further, go release them, Ariel. My charms I 100 break, their senses I 100 restore. And they shall be themselves. Ariel. Chapter 1, 100 fetch them, sir. Prospero. Ye elves of hills, brooks, standing lakes, and groves, and ye that on the sands, with printless foot, do chase the ebbing Neptune, and do fly him. When he comes back, you demi-puppets that by moonshine do the green sour ringlets make, whereof the you not bites, and you whose pastime is to make midnight mushrooms that rejoice, to hear the solemn curfew, by whose aid, weak masters though ye be, I have bedimmed 500. The noontide sun, call 500 forth the mutinous winds, and twixt the green sea and the azure 500 vault, set roaring war to the dread rattling thunder. Have I given fire, and rifted Jove's stout oak? With his own bolt, the strong bar's 500 promontory. Have I made shake, and by the spurs pluck 500 up? The pine and cedar, graves at my command, have whacked their sleepers up 500, and let 'em forth. By my so potent art, but this rough magic, I here abjure, and when I have require 500, some heavenly music, which even now I do, to work mine end upon their senses that this airy charm is for, I break my staff, bury it certain fathoms in the earth, and deeper than 999 ever plummet sound. Chapter 1, 100 drown my book. Re-enter Ariel, after him, Alonso with a frantic gesture, attended by Gonzalo, Sebastian, and Antonio in like manner, attended by Adrian and Francisco. They all enter the circle which Prospero had made, and there stand charmed, which Prospero observing speaks. A solemn air, and the best comforter. To an unsettled fancy, cure thy brains. Now useless, boil 500 within thy skull, there stand. For you are spell-stopped. Holy Gonzalo, honorable man. Mine eyes, e'en sociable to the show of thine, fall fellowly drops, the charm dissolves apace. And as the morning steals upon the night, melting the darkness, so their rising senses begin to chase the ignorant fumes that mantle their clearer reason, O good Gonzalo, my true preserver and a loyal sir. To him thou followest, I will pay thy graces home both in word and deed, most cruelly. Didst thou, Alonso, use me and my daughter? Thy brother was a furtherer in the act. Thou art pinch 500 for tea now, Sebastian, flesh and blood. You, brother mine, that entertain 500 ambition, expel 500 remorse and nature, who, with Sebastian, whose inward pinches therefore are most strong, would here have killed 500 your king, I do forgive thee. Unnatural though thou art, their understanding begins to swell, and the approaching tide will shortly fill the reasonable shores that now lie foul and muddy, not one of them that yet looks on me or would know me. Ariel, fetch me the hat and rapier in my cell. I will discase me and myself present, as I was sometime Milan, quickly spirit. Thou shalt ere long be free. Ariel re-enters, singing, and helps to attire Prospero. Ariel, where the bee sucks, there suck I. In a cowslip's bell I lie. There I couch, when owls do cry. On the bat's back I do fly. After summer merrily, merrily, merrily shall I live now, under the blossom that hangs on the bough. Prospero, why that's my dainty Ariel, I shall miss thee. But yet thou shalt have freedom, so. To the king's ship, invisible as thou art, there shalt thou find the mariners asleep. Under the hatches, the master and the boatswain, being awake, enforce them to this place. And presently, I prithee, Ariel, I drink the air before me, and return, or ere your pulse twice beat. Gonzalo. All torment, trouble, wonder, and amazement inhabits here, some heavenly power guide us out of this fearful country. Prospero, behold, Sir King, the wronged Duke of Milan, Prospero, for more assurance that a living prince does now speak to thee, I embrace thy body, and to thee and thy company I bid a hearty welcome. Alonso, where thou bist he or no. or some enchanted trifle to abuse me. As late I have been, I not know, thy pulse beats as of flesh and blood, and since I saw thee, affliction of my mind amends with which I fear a madness held me, this must crave. And if this be at all a most strange story, thy dukedom I resign, and do entreat thou pardon me my wrongs, but how should Prospero be living and be here? Prospero, first noble friend, let me embrace thine age, whose honor cannot be measure 500 or confined. Gonzalo. Whether this be or be not, I 100 not swear. Prospero, you do yet taste some subtleties o' the isle that will not let you believe things certain. Welcome, my friends all. Aside to Sebastian and Antonio, but you, my brace of lords, were I so minded, I here could pluck his highness, frown upon you, and justify you traitors at this time. I will tell no tales. Sebastin. The devil speaks in him. Prospero. No. For you, most wicked sir, whom to call brother would even infect my mouth, I do forgive thy rankest fault, all of them, and require my dukedom of thee, which perforce I know thou must restore. Alonso. If thou beest Prospero, give us particulars of thy preservation. How thou hast met us here, whom 3 hours since were rack 500 upon this shore, where I have lost. How sharp the point of this remembrance is. My dear son, Ferdinand. Prospero. I am woe for tea, sir. Alonso. Irreparable is the loss, and patience says it is past her cure. Prospero. I rather think you have not sought her help, of whose soft grace, for the like loss, I have her sovereign aid, and rest myself content. Alonso. You the like loss. Prospero. As great to me as late, and supportable. To make the dear loss, have I means much weaker than you may call to comfort you, for I have lost my daughter. Alonso. A daughter. O heavens, that they were living both in Naples. The king and queen there, that they were, I wish myself were muddered in that oozy bed where my son lies, when 999 you lose your daughter. Prospero. In this last tempest, I perceive these lords at this encounter do so much admire that they devour their reason and scarce think. Their eyes do offices of truth, their words are natural breath, but howsoe'er you have been justled from your senses, know for certain that I am Prospero, and that very Duke which was thrust forth of Milan, who most strangely upon this shore, where you were rack 500, was landed. To be the Lord Aunt, no more yet of this. For 'tis a chronicle of day by day, not a relation for a breakfast nor befitting this first mating. Welcome, sir. This sells my court, here have I few attendants, and subjects none abroad, pray you look in my dukedom, since you have given me again. I will requite you with as good a thing. At least bring forth a wonder to content ye, as much as me my dukedom. Here Prospero discovers Ferdinand and Miranda playing at chess. Chapter 1001, Randa. Sweet lord, you play me false. Ferdinand. No, my dearest love, I would not for the world. Chapter 1001, Randa. Yes, for a score of kingdoms you should wrangle, and I would call it fair play. Alonso. If this prove a vision of the island, one dear son, shall I twice lose? Sebastin. A most high miracle. Ferdinand. Though the seas threaten, they are merciful. I have curs 500 them without cause. Kneels to Alonso. Alonso. Now all the blessings of a glad father compass thee about. Arise and say how thou cam'st here. Chapter 1001, Randa. Oh wonder! How many goodly creatures are there here! How beauteous mankind is, O brave new world, that has such people in tea. Prospero. 'Tis new to thee. Alonso. What is this maid with whom thou wast at play? Your eldsty acquaintance cannot be 3 hours. Is she the goddess that hath sever 500 us, and brought us thus together? Ferdinand. Sir, she is mortal, but by immortal providence she's mine. I chose her when I could not ask my father for his advice, nor thought I had one. She is daughter to this famous Duke of Milan, of whom so often I have heard renown, but never saw before, of whom I have received 500 a second life, and second father.